We live? Yes, sir, we live. So looky here. We're gonna talk about what's going on in the boxing atmosphere today. Actually, correction, we're gonna talk about UFC 284. It's a real interesting fight to me. I really like it. As I told y'all before, I really love boxing, but I am also a UFC fan. 284 is really interesting because, as you can see behind me, it's going to be Islam Makhachev versus Alexander Volkanovski. And this is going to be a hell of a fight. I'm going to go over the possibilities, the wrinkles in each person's game that I see, the problems that they may have with the opponent. But let's check it out. I'm going to go ahead because I'm a little challenged technically. I'm doing all this by myself, so I'm going to do it in a way that I know how to make it work. So if you could just bear with me. First, we're going to go on Islam Makhachev. He's fighting out of Dagestan. You know how they are. The Dagestanis, real hard discipline. Khabib called him the guy since before he retired. He said this is going to be the guy. But let's go over some of his past fights that he's already done. I'm going to pull up his fight streak, his win streak that he's had, and we're going to go over some of the small little nuances that I see in his game that I like. But let's go and find this. Where was it? Right here. But to me, really, both of their ground games is really good to me. So that's going to be a tough one to distinguish for me as far as who's better in that. But I just believe, just because of their discipline, their work ethic, from what I've been noticing, I think Islam might have that one. But let's go and pull up these highlights. That way we can go ahead and do it real quick. Okay, bear with me. All right, so we're going to go ahead and pull up his 7-5 win streak right here that's going on. And well, first I gotta wait for the but anyways, let's take a look at it. You see that straight right hand? People sleep on it with his head there. Look at him against Wade. Look at the foot movement, the footwork. Look at him in and out. Boom, straight left hand. Caught him with a straight left hand. Y'all remember that straight left hand? And then look, you think he's in trouble. Okay, I'm not gonna quit. I can find a way out of here. That's the composure under all this. He's very well composed. Just take a look at it. Take a look at it there. Look how he spins out of it. He scrambles. He's scrambling right now. Now the guy has to let it go. He felt that he was losing it. So he had to let it go. So you see him. All he's just doing is scrambling right now. And look, he finds his back. He finds his back now. Finds his back. From where he was at. I gotta find a way to Anyways, let's keep going. Y'all gotta bear with me. Now you're gonna see his wrestling skills come out. And then the one thing that you didn't see about it, let me run that back one more time so you can see it. Straight left hand, and he runs into that. That's timing. Look at that. Timing. And the thing is, he stayed in position for a while where I think he lulls them to sleep, where they just think that, hey, you know what? This guy, he's sleeping. I don't know what they're thinking, but they're standing in front of him. With his stance, he kind of lulls him to sleep and he explodes out of it. Great timing. But let's continue this. Okay, and again, you see how he. And again, we're gonna pass this one up. It's that straight left hand. People walking into it. Now, 1 second. All right, this guy again. Watch this guy. He's gonna set him up for the. He's gonna set him up for this straight left hand again. I might have said straight right hand, but I meant left hand if I did say that before. But watch this straight left hand. Watch him set it. Boom. It's gonna come in. Okay. You see, great timing. People are asleep on Islam Makhachev's timing, and not only that, it kind of lulls you to sleep by standing there. He just explodes and times you as you're coming in. So that's something to pay attention to. He does it real often. It's something he's real innate at. And now look at him scramble with his wrestling. That sambo background. Look at him, just letting the ref know, hey, you know, there's no danger here. I'm okay. I know what I'm doing. It's not the first time, and it sure won't be the last. So I'm gonna fast forward this one. The next fight. Watch this. This guy's gonna try to do a leg sweep on him. I think that's not the one yet. There's one, the guy tries to leg sweep him, but he turns it around on him. This is crazy. Look at the ground and pound game. It takes them out. And he just ragdolls people. Just ragdoll them. Now he has them out, ground and pound. He's turning his head. You know you're in trouble once you turn your head. Come on, man. All right, look. He's going to try to sweep him. Look, he's trying to do a leg sweep, but watch Islam spinning. Oh, my goodness. Look at that. Come on. Who does that? Let's take a look at it again. Watch this attempt. The guy tries to leg sweep him, but he turns around and turns it on him. Come on, man. What do they do that at? Look. Nah, it's not the one. Yeah. Come on. You trying to leg sweep me, I'll leg sweep you. Look. This the one again, does it look familiar? He uses look at him use the footwork, foot speed, in and out, stay through. Again, I don't know, they just think they're in a safe place, and I don't know what they're thinking. I do not know what they're thinking when they're doing that. Yeah, I don't know what they're thinking when they're doing that. But when they do that, for whatever reason, when he's in that distance, it's like he just lulls them to sleep. I don't know what it is. He just lulls them to sleep. But I'm going to bring that video back up because I just want you guys to pay attention to that. And now, the fight. That fight that shows you a lot about him. Look at this fight. And this is not with just any old person. Do you know how dangerous this man is? Do y'all know how dangerous this man is? This is the man that people are scared to go down when you get him on the ground, people won't go on the ground with him because his ground game is just that dangerous. You think you have him on the ground? Nah, he's playing possum to get you down there so he can get you up out of that ring, up out of the octagon. And not only that, his submission, his jiu-jitsu is impeccable. And guess what? You know how to use these too. Man, and his recovery game It's so, man, let me run the tape. I'm talking too much. Let me run the tape. Everybody know about him. He was the boogeyman. He was the boogeyman. Look at Islam. And watch how he just dominates him in the wrestling game, in the grappling game. Just look at it. Okay. Watch how he uses his feet too. Watch how he uses his feet. I like that about him. He knows how to step off, step back, step off to the side. He circles out. There's some MMA fighters, they just step back and wind up getting caught. But he'll step back and around. Look at him. Look at him here. Just, he wasn't scared to take Bronx down, Oliveira. He was not scared. Most people, they would have got him on the ground, they would have let him back up. They would have been afraid. The thing with him is you got to make sure you watch his counter, so you got to be careful. You got to be mindful in this stage. Look at him. And I'm going to just kind of fast forward past this because what he's mostly going to do on this is he's just going to dominate this round. Oh. Well, let's go back to this fight. See, he lost him. I don't know what it is right there. It's like they think they're in a safe space. Boom! Straight. Big left hand. Big left hand. And now it's the tape. But that's the thing about Islam to me that a lot of people don't really pay attention. He's explosive. And there's another thing that we haven't got to as far as the highlights, which is his submission game. Look, again, I don't know what it is. Do they just think that they're in a safe place? Boom. He wasn't ready. And he's explosive with it. It's not just, it's real sudden. It's real sudden when he throws it. Okay. Okay. Look at his feet. Look at his feet. And he's real explosive. Did you see how quick he closed down that space? And then look at the discipline. By trapping both feet under, Khabib and him both do that. When they have you on the ground, they'll trap your feet under their feet and crosses. So it's harder for you to build your base back up. Now look at him. He has that other hand and he's grappling. I mean, he was hitting him. Look at it. It changes into a what? It's from that sambo. Look at that. There's so many wrinkles to his game that and he's so disciplined and precise with everything. And he has a coach like that who's been there, done that. Now this guy, he's kind of a wrestler. They kind of wrestle. And the reason why I give Islam a little bit of an edge is due to the fact that he's a bigger guy, but I also understand that Volkanovski, he used to be a pretty big guy himself, but I'm just looking at the way in which he dominates his, look at the leg sweep. Look at the leg sweep. Oh, man. Leg sweep, trips, all of that. He has all that in his arsenal. Come on. Look at him. He's just going through. He's just going through, making sure right now, making sure. Yeah. Look at him just ragdolling him. He's doing whatever he wants to the guy. Look at the freestyle wrestling. Look at the scrambling. Look at the scrambling. He knows he made a mistake there. But look how come on, you guys. And these are bigger human beings that he's fighting. And just the relentlessness, just pass through. He's passing. Look. And he's done it again where he puts you on the ground, puts your legs in between his legs, and they sit like that. Make it harder for you to get your base. This is him again, just ragdolling guys, man. Just ragdolling them. And this guy, Cody, I think his name was, he's a pretty strong, sturdy individual, but look what he does to him. And Cody has hands. That's the first thing I forgot to mention. I'm going to make sure you guys see this. What's his name? Dober. Not Cody, I apologize. It's Dober. I like him. And he's explosive himself. Look how thick his legs are. But that's not a problem. That's not a problem for Islam. Look at him. Look at the wrestling. Look at him. He's about to set up a submission now. Now just watch him. Is he going to pass him? See, just look at him. He just set up the submission. That's the submission there. And that's straight arm, shoulder power. Just come on, man. Come on, man. I don't know, man. Volkanovski, he's a beast. Don't get me wrong. But is he ready for this guy? Look what he's doing to people. Look what he's doing to people. Now I'm going to bring up Volkanovski's. I'm going to bring up Volkanovski now. Because I can't just talk about him like he's some kind of pushover and some type of chump or anything. Nah, never that. Never that. Oh, this was supposed to be a little easier than this. Oh, this too. This the other fight. This the one. So you get to see out his win streaks. But the one thing I noticed about him is he gets into is grind them out, hard fights that he kind of gets. He gets into some trouble. He has to really grind it out, iron it out, just gut it out. With Islam, it's more tact and calculated from the way it looks to me outside looking in. I don't want to endure too much punishment. I'll make this easy for myself. It won't be a real hard thing, but his hand game, I don't know. I'm wondering if he has more power, but I don't know because he's fighting smaller individuals than than Islam. And Islam does put people on their ass. He might not knock them completely out, but he has enough power where you respect it. Once he puts you on that ass one time, you're like, okay, he does have power. So let's take a look at Volkanovski. He's a wrestler too. The difference to me in their wrestling from what I've seen is his wrestling, people could kind of, I see more of a back and forth on his wrestling. The other guy's wrestling, it's like he ragdolls you. It's like he punks you. He makes you his bitch. Like him, you could kind of get away. And another thing Islam does really well is he uses the Muay Thai clinch so exceptionally well to me. But his ground game and his grappling is pretty good too. It's excellent. I just think the fact that Islam fights bigger people, I think Islam will be stronger and he's taller. So I give him the game in the reach game. And in order, so he could stay out. Distance, use his distance. Okay, you want to break the distance and go to wrestling? Perfect, I love that. Islam loves that. So if he takes it there, that's a toss-up, but I'm leaning a little bit more towards Islam. Just because of the fact of what I've seen him do to people, ragdolling them like nothing. And he's in a smaller weight class. He's shorter. Is he faster? I don't know that he's more explosive. And I believe that Islam uses his footwork like it's no wasted movement with him to me. But let's take a look at Volkanovski. He's a grind out fighter. Let's look at his wrestling right now. In this fight, he really uses his wrestling exceptionally well. Takes him down. Now he's gonna try to take his back. Up. Go down. Go take him back down. Yep. Boom. And from here, he's just gonna ground and pound. But to me, his best two fights was against Max Holloway and Brian Ortega. With Max Holloway, he kind of shows me that the reach may not be a problem in those two fights because Brian Ortega is longer, taller, and that same thing goes for what's the other guy's name? What's the other guy's name that it goes for? Same thing for Max Holloway. But in return, the way I think about it is Max Holloway has nothing on the ground that Islam is way better on the ground to me, in my personal opinion. Brian Ortega, maybe he can scramble good, but his ground game cannot fuck with Islam. Come on. Islam's ground game, his submission game is looking really good. So this is a fight. This is a real interesting fight. I personally am leaning towards Islam Makhachev because of the things that I stated to you. Also, just that reach and the weight. He has to come up in weight. But the Max fight and that Brian Ortega fight to me, excellent. And the one thing I forgot about that could make make this fight really interesting, if Volk does it regularly, he did it in the Max fight, attack those legs, and not only that, he's really nice. He does really good body work to me. You guys, his body work is underrated. Take a look at him. This is against a great Jose Aldo. He's gonna go the distance, I believe, in this fight. I'm gonna figure out how to put it on the screen. instead of doing this. But you guys bear with me. You guys bear with me. Now look at that. This is Max Holloway now. That's what he has. You see, he's been attacking Max's lead leg. He has to do that against Islam. I think that's going to be a really good thing for him to do, just so he won't be able to explode as much. And also the body work get him fatigued in a way to try to break him down in the later rounds. And that's what he's built for. He's a grind him out, work him out fighter. Take him down to the deep end and try to drown him. I think that might be his best tactic. But he has to do that and work that body. I think he has really good, when he goes to the body, he's good at it. He's good at the body work. There's another fight. Let me see if I can find that fight where he tags Buddy to the body. And he just tags him to the body and the guy falls.
Pull away from the judges. Very calm as ever. Set nearly.
But hold on, this is the fight right here. If this fight, he shows so much grit and heart. Let's take a look at it. Brian Ortega, taller, more reach. This will give you a better gauge. But as you can see, they were going to war. It's bloody. And Ortega had him hurt as well. You see? Hey, I want you guys to remember that straight left hand. Whose straight left hand does that remind you of? Whose straight hand? Let's take another look at that. Let's watch that straight left hand again. Standing still, standing still. That looks like Islam with his straight left hand. But I think if Islam gets in that position, that situation, with them shoulders like that cranking, and I think Islam knows how to put it, to get that pressure on there, to crank it up really good. He knows how to contort his body the right way. But now look at Alexander, man. If this don't show you grit and determination in his championship heart, that's the heart of a champion right there. Now it's the ground and pound game. See, those two situations that if Islam, I think, my personal opinion, Islam had him in those situations, I don't know, man. See, he's kind of having problems with this guy a little bit until he fucked up and did that. I just can see he can make small mistakes that Islam can capitalize on. And that's going to be the real big thing. What a fight this was. And now let me show you the fight. All right, I gotta pull up the Bronx now. Charles Oliveira. Charles do Bronx Oliveira. What a fighter, man. And I feel like, I just think that he deserves another shot at or at least to be at least top 3, top 4 still, because he's a bad mother, shut your mouth. Look at that. All right. This is the last fight that I'm gonna go over so you could see some of the things that I'm talking about. Look how he took him down though, and that's Charles Oliveira. The thing he loves that tight Muay Thai clinch around the back of the head too. He's really good at using that. And again, look at him with the trick. That's with the trick. And sometimes I see him do like a kind of like a judo sweep type of thing. But look at him. Look how he controls him on the ground. Watch this. Just ragdolling him. Nah, you can't do that. This what we're gonna do right here. I'm gonna tell you what we're gonna do. And then you gotta think about it. This guy has traps for what you're doing while he's on his back. So you have to be mindful of those traps. Look at the composure, the discipline. Just controlling the fight. I'm not scared to have you on your back. You're not going to submit me. Now look, I'm going to skip it along. Now you see how long he's had this man on the ground? Who else do you know that has had Charles Oliveira on the ground for this long in a fight? That's what I want to know. Everybody's scared of him on the ground. When people even get him on the ground, they back up, retreat, and let him get up and say, come on. He's controlling it. Look, he's attempting things, but no, not on me. I'm too well versed on the ground, sir. Okay, now watch this second round. The second round gonna show you so much when it comes up. He's gonna show you. A lot of people remember the fact that he submitted Charles Oliveira, but the reason why he got to submit him, you want me to tell you a secret? It was because of these right here. I think he caught him with a straight. I think it was that straight left again. Watch out for him now. But look. See, again, the straight left. Y'all remember that punch now. And I want you to remember something too. Because I see with Volkanovski, he does like to punch, but most of his punches are wide punches. One thing that I learned from boxing, a straight punch beats a wide punch any day. Yes, sir. Remember that. But now watch this. Watch this now. I see Volkanovski a lot. What I see from him, I see straight. I don't see too many wide punches. I don't see too many of that from him. That's another sign of discipline. And he's real composed with it too. I like that. That's something special in most champions, their composure, their patience. Now watch this now. Look at that. It has you see how he circles off? He doesn't just keep going straight back. Okay, circling off. You don't see that from a lot of you. Muay Thai clinch, he loves it. See, look at that. He tried to take him down. That was a takedown attempt. But no, not me. Hold on, so you guys can see it again, because that was a takedown attempt right there. That was an attempt at a takedown, but the guy's base is so sound. Look at him. Nope. He has him against the cage right now. Now, y'all remember what I told y'all about his movement and him. It's like he stands there and it seems like, I don't know if they just think they're at a distance or he lulls them to sleep, but then it's explosive. And that's how he catches him. But y'all remember that straight left hand when y'all watching the fight too. Again, in control of the fight, just controlling most of the aspects of the fight. Whenever you see, look, you try to take them down there, couldn't. All right. They get out of the clinch. Again, watch. It's like a little asleep or something. See how he circles off 2 steps to the right? I don't know if you guys see him cover up too. He's kind of defensively sound, not the best head movement, but he covers up. Now watch. Pay attention. And you see, he's lulling them. He's learning them. Feints. And that's another thing I've seen about him. He throws feints. I don't see a lot of UFC fighters throw. Look at the feints. Look at the feints. Okay, leg kick. He hit him with the feint. Look at him. Feint. You see the feints? Now, if I could get you bite on some of the feints, okay. Now you seen that? Was that a straight left hand or was that a check left hook? And then that's what he does. It's the submission. Who has done that? Who's done that to Charles Oliveira? Who do you know that does that to Charles Oliveira? Come on, y'all. Who you know that does that to Charles Oliveira? Come on, y'all. Nobody. Let's run it back again so you can get a better look at it. Falling asleep, they get into an exchange. Is it a straight left hand or a check left hook? But you see how he moves his head off lower? And he covers too as he's moving. I like that. Ooh, check right hook. It was a check right. It wasn't a left. What was it? Check right. That was the right. That was the right. Y'all sleep on his hand game too. Y'all sleep on his hand game, man. I'm telling you. It's a wrap. It's a wrap, man. I just want it to be an interesting fight. Hopefully Volkanovski, he's there. He makes it a grind him out, tough him out fight. And uses his grit and his skills. Not to say he doesn't have skills. I just feel that his wrestling skills are not on par with Islam. I feel like his levels, and I'm starting to get the notion that Islam probably has the best wrestling skills to me in the UFC. And again, we was just going over what was going on in the UFC fighting atmosphere. This the boxing pugilist. I'm gonna work on everything more and more. Try to be more consistent with everything. Well, not try, but I'm gonna do my darnest to do that. And I want y'all to enjoy y'all day. Have a great life. Enjoy it, and enjoy these. Hopefully, these fights. Hopefully the fights tomorrow can live up to our imagination. That's all I could say. But if they do, we in for a treat. Y'all have a great life.